you have a serious problem. Changing your settings over and over will only make you worse. You'd love to be as good as your favorite pro, right? Then you need to start doing what they are doing. They never change their settings. In this video, I'll show you all the best settings you need to know. Once you stick to these and never change them again, you're guaranteed to see a massive improvement in your gameplay. But why should you trust me? I've been making these videos for years and I've helped thousands of people get better. Before I explain these settings, let me show you firsthand what sticking to them can do for your gameplay. I'll play one game of Battle Royale to show how these have turned me into a better player and how they can do the same for you. And if this video helps you, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. GG's.
Enemy spotted.
Dude, I literally have aimbot with these settings. GG's. Alright. Let's go. Good.
Bruh.
GG. 30. Cracked him. Huh? Oh, that's good at dead. $100. Dead. Bro. Damn. No shields. 80 crack. No way, not again. Dead, bro. Bro, how did I miss that? I bled it. Box. Dead.
Hello, Bozo.
100.
Huh?
Nah, not today, boy. GG's. Let's go, baby. Let's start from the graphics settings. So you want to keep your brightness at 100%. User interface contrast at 1x. No colorblind mode since it doesn't really help anything at all. It only changes the colors in the game. Now the audio settings are important. Make sure you have your main and sound effects at 100%. But the most important part is to have your visualized sound effects on. As you guys could see from the gameplay, it was a lot easier for me to track my enemies because I saw their footsteps on my screen all the time. This is what every single pro player in the game uses, so make sure you have it on. Turn your matchmaking region to the one that has the lowest MS. You can either put it on auto or just search for the lowest MS and set it on that. Toggle sprint doesn't really matter. I keep mine off. When you have it off, it means that you have to hold down your sprint button in order to sprint. If you have it on, you can just tap it and then it will sprint for you. Auto open doors, this is a must to have on. Sometimes you'll mess up an edit and you'll do a door. When you have this setting on, that door won't stop your movement. Mantle activation, make sure you have this on hold jump and hurdle activation on press jump. If you have them on hold, you'll find yourself mantling and hurdling all over the place on accident all the time. Now for the combat controls, hold swap to pick up off, toggle targeting off, mark danger when targeting on, auto pick up weapons off, and auto sort consumables to the right. You can keep it on or off, it really does not matter. Now what do matter are preferred item slots. You definitely want to have these on, and here's how you should set this up. Shotgun as your first, SMG as your second, consumable item third and fourth, and loadout slot 5 is your assault rifle. This is actually very important, and in order for you to go through your weapons smoothly, this is how you want to set them up. Now building options are also extremely important. Reset building choice on. Disable pre-edit option, you definitely want to have this off. It seems like a very handy option to have on, and it is, but it just has a very big flaw right now. When you try and do triple edits or a lot of edits in a row, this setting will totally mess you up when you have it on. There's a huge edit delay it gives for some reason. That's why you see a lot of the best players in the game have this setting off. Turbo building, make sure this is on. It just means that you can hold down your builds instead of having to tap them one by one. Auto confirm edits is so important to have on both, or at least on reset. This means that you don't have to confirm your edits at all. All you have to do is select an edit and let go of your select button and it'll do the edit for you, which means that you have to press less press buttons to do an edit, and that results in a much faster editing speed. If you have this setting on both, it means that it works for your edits and your resets. If you only have it on reset, it means that it only works for your resets. So I recommend turning it on both. Now the extra game options, none of these matter except for tap to search and interact. Make sure you have this on. Just means that when you open a chest or revive your teammate, for an example, you don't have to hold down your revive button. Now your FOVs, you definitely want to put these to 60 and 105. This way you'll get the most FOV possible. And FOV stands for field of view, and field of view means how much you see on your screen. Turn your replays off because they give you more input delay. Now your HUD settings are also important. Keep your reticle on. Reticle ammo indicator, I would have this off honestly. Now damage numbers, I keep mine on this, but you can also put it on list if you want. Doesn't really matter. Turn your reticle damage feedback to hit only, and your damage number scales all the way up. Now your HUD scale, I see a lot of people making this mistake. They have their HUD scale way too high, and when you have it way too high, even on the default, your map and your gun icons, they're gonna be way too big and they're gonna be on the way. So to not have that, make sure you put it on 60% or maybe even lower, just to the point where you can see your guns and your map and that they're not on the way. I've seen a couple people say that they have messed up their HUD options, so make sure you copy all of mine here if you have messed something up. And if you want to see your ping in the game, then make sure you have your net debug stats on. Gyro options, definitely off. Now in your controller options, you want to have your controller auto run off. Build immediately, definitely on. Edit hold time 0.100, even though this does not matter. We'll get back to that soon. Slide hold time 0.150. Reset camera axis pitch. Reset camera time 0.100, and vibration most definitely off, because the vibration gives you input delay. Quick weapon is something that some people have started to use, but none of the pro players are using this, so I do not recommend anyone to use this either. This is supposed to make your weapon switching faster, but if you have set your loadout slots the correct way that I showed, then this does not make you faster at all. Now you want to take your use advanced options off if you have them on, and change this sensitivity here, because this actually matters even though you have your advanced sensitivities on. So the best sensitivity here has been 4. I've tried all of them and 4 is the best one. Once you have set that to 4, you want to come down here and use the advanced options again. When it gives you this warning, you just want to confirm. You want to have your build and edit mode sensitivities on 2x. This is a perfect sweet spot. Now what I would recommend for your look horizontal and vertical speed are 40%. Again, this is a perfect sweet spot where you'll be able to hit your shots and do your edits and builds quickly, but this is actually not what I personally used. I personally use 51%, but this is very high, and I use a high sensitivity because it allows me to do everything faster, but it's very hard to control unless you use control freaks. They allow me to keep my sensitivity a little bit higher while still remaining very good control over my joystick. And I use the Galaxy model. Now if you want to buy yourself control freaks, I've left a link down in the description. If you use the link, you'll get 12% discount at checkout. Now for your boost, you want to have everything off. I just found that boost makes you very inconsistent, so that's why all of them are off. And now your ADS, look horizontal and vertical speeds, they're very good to keep very low. Mine are 8%, which I recommend for you as well. Again, no boost whatsoever. Look dampening time on 0, and look input curve linear. Your dead zones are also extremely important. If you have no stick drift on your controller, then copy mine. But if your character is moving on its own without you even touching the joystick, then make sure you hire DS all the way up until it doesn't do that anymore. Now enable foot controller off and all of these on 1%. Accelerate with stick on, and keep the tank settings on. In the controller bind section, make sure you have your edit and switch mode binded separately. A good editing bind is L3 for an example, and a good switch mode bind is R3. This way you don't have to hold down your edits, which is gonna make you way faster. But what really makes you faster and better is claw grip. If you want to get really good and learn how to play claw, check out the video on your screen. See you there.